Oh, that's good coffee. Oh, nice instant coffee. What is up, YouTube? My name is Joshua Wade, and the topic of conversation today is a topic that has actually been talked about a lot on YouTube, and that is the Sigma 16mm contemporary lens versus the 16-50 Sony kit lens. I've not seen any that answered the questions that I had when I was considering purchasing the Sigma 16mm. I threw my camera, both lenses, on my Zhiyun Weebill S gimbal because I want to see how stable it is on a gimbal with the OSS versus non-OSS. If you're not buying the Sigma because you're worried about the OSS on the kit lens not being on the Sigma, don't worry about it, because if you're trying to fly this thing handheld, your viewers are going to get really irritated really fast because the OSS really only matters when you're taking photos, if that makes sense. So here I am previewing me just walking forward with the gimbal, holding the gimbal as steady as I could. I wasn't doing the ninja walk, but I was trying to hold it as steady as I could. So let me go ahead and hit play, and this is the Sigma lens. So okay, so there's the Sigma lens. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the kit lens on the gimbal. It just switched out, lagged a little bit. So if you guys pay attention, you can kind of see the OSS does help a little bit. Let me switch back over to the Sigma. But if you notice, the colors on the Sigma are a lot more vibrant. So before this ends, one really quick, I'll switch it back over again. There's the kit lens, and here is the Sigma for the last bit. Walking with the gimbal in selfie mode, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit play now. Okay, that is the Sigma. Let me switch over to the kit lens. Okay, so doesn't look too bad to me. I can see some vignetting on the corners a little bit. Let me switch back to the Sigma. And don't let the color contrast kind of confuse you, because obviously right there I'm more so in direct sunlight than I was on the kit lens. Let me switch back to the kit lens. And see, I'm in a shaded area right there. So still the color looks really, really good. And here I'm walking into the sun with the kit lens. I can still see the vignetting on the kit lens, I really can. And that's going to become more apparent whenever I show you guys the photos. Let me switch back to the Sigma real quick. Okay, so see now on this section, it's in about the same area. So switch back to the kit. Okay, switch back to the Sigma. Yeah, the colors on the Sigma seem more vibrant to me. Like the greens come out a little more. The blue in my hat, the green in my Gators logo. Go Gators, by the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. And I definitely noticed a quality difference with 4K and everything. I mean, YouTube's gonna do what it's gonna do whenever you upload these videos anyway. So there's a big debate of like 4K or 1080. I film in 1080 just because I don't want the size footprint that comes with 4K, and also the rolling shutter on the A6400. It does bother me because you can see it. You can clearly see it. Just YouTube rolling shutter A6400, and if you don't know what it is, they'll show you. There's a lot of videos. So now the next one on my list, let's see here. Hopefully that little bit helped you out, by the way, guys. Feel free to leave comments down below if you have any questions about anything that I'm doing right now, because this is a new way that I'm trying to do this to help you guys out. So I'm going to switch over to the pictures. So I'm going to minimize DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to open up Luminar. I'm going to go ahead and open, let's see here we go. So this first one, this is going to be the Sigma. And for those of you who are not photographers, just bear with me on this, because if you ever want to just snap a real quick thumbnail picture for your YouTube or something like that, I do photography also. If this video was out, it would have benefited me if I was looking at the Sigma for like street photography or, landscape stuff, which this Sigma's been amazing for landscape and things like that, and street photography. Anyway, you can see down here on the right, the ISO is way too high because I had the ISO set to auto. My bad. That was my mistake. But you can see also at the bottom it tells you what it is, a 16mm contemporary f3.5. The reason I kept the Sigma at 3.5 is because, again, I wanted to give the kit lens the best chance. When I switch to this one right here is the kit lens. When I switch over to this thing, watch what happens. Now give Luminar time to load. It needs to load. Look at that freaking lens distortion. Oh my god. The vignetting along the sides. The only thing that I did here where I made a mistake is I had the ISO set to auto and it automatically bumped it up to 1000. So if I were to zoom into the middle, which should be the sharpest part of the image, there's a little bit of noise here. But obviously, you know, that's not the lens's fault because the lens is sharp and this noise is not going to be there on the next few pictures that I'm going to show you because I controlled the ISO a little better. So basically, let me go back to this. Now this door right here, look at this door. This is my utility shed in my backyard, right? Switch back, let it load, let it do this thing. So you're gonna have some type of distortion on a 16mm, especially on a 16mm like this. But look at that. That is just, hold on. That is just a hot mess right there. Holy cow. And the vignetting is horrible. This is the first time I've seen pictures with this lens since I bought it. So, so I've got two more pictures that I want to show you guys, and then I'll switch out this lens to the talking head stuff so you can see what the kit lens does for talking head stuff inside a controlled environment. So here, this one is the contemporary. This is the Sigma. And let it load. There we go. So whenever you see the Luminar thing up here, it's like flashing. That means it's loading. And Luminar is a CPU hog, and these are raw images. So let me zoom in real quick, and then you'll see it load again. So now it's cleared up. One thing I want you to notice is look at the little spikes, little hair things. Like, I don't know what they're called on this. I don't even know what plant this is. So these little things, look at how sharp they are. And they're not bad on the kit lens, which I'm about to show you in a second. So the sharpness of the kit lens, let me switch over. One thing that you need to pay attention to really quick is this right here, this column. Pay attention to that thing and watch it melt when I switch to the kit lens. Wait, it's gotta load, it's gotta load. Bam, look at that. Oh, that is brutal. That is so horrible. Okay, so I'm not knocking the kit lens for video. Okay, I'm not knocking it for video. I think it does decent for video. So let me zoom into the middle here, and you can see how sharp it is in the middle. And the little hair things that I don't know what they're called, they're pretty sharp. But you know, for me, once I loaded this up and I saw the pictures and all of this vignetting on the sides and just the whole thing pretty much melting with that. Look at that. That's supposed to be a straight line. And you can fix this stuff in post, but holy cow, man, the vignetting is just ugly, ugly, ugly. So let me switch over to this one. Now here is the last shot that I have of the Sigma 16mm, and this is just of a birdhouse that I was focusing on, and again 3.5, 160 on the ISO on this one. I kept 160 on both of them because the sun had kind of went overcasty a little bit, or the sun had, yeah, kind of went overcasty a little bit, so I had to bring up the ISO a little, but I wanted to keep the shutter speed the same. So 3.5 on the aperture again. Let me zoom in and let it clear up. So basically, I mean, it's a good lens. It's a great lens. The Sigma's good for, you know, street photography and this type of stuff. So let me zoom back out. Now let me switch over to the kit lens, and then y'all be ready. Let it load, let it load. And look at that hot pile of shit. That is horrible. Oh my goodness. I apologize. And if you guys only have the kit lens, the 16-50, I'm not saying you got to go out and buy the Sigma. I'm just saying, you know, I'm showing you this. So if you're more geared towards photography, you might want to upgrade your glass, like as soon as you can afford it. Again, you can really see the vignetting right here is really bad along the top. And that lens distortion is what really gets me. It's just the whole thing melts. Let me go back again for reference. Let it load. Yeah, look at that. And you're looking at raw. These are not color graded, so yeah. So the Sigma definitely wins on the photo part of it all. I took this with it also. So let me go ahead and switch this lens out to the 16mm, and I will get it to where the exposure is proper and everything is set right, and then I'll let you know what the settings are, because I've not played with it since I got this new softbox. Because this softbox light that I have, I'm able to control the brightness and the temperature, so I can ramp this thing. You know, I can open the shutter, or I mean, sorry, the aperture wide open on this to 1.4, which it's at right now. 1.4, 100, 5500K on the white balance, because that's what I have it set in here at. And yeah, so let me switch over to the kit lens, and you guys can kind of draw your own conclusion from there. So I'll switch right back, and I'll see you guys in a minute. So my final conclusion and my thoughts on the Sigma versus the kit lens. If you're going to do talking head stuff like this, I don't think you need a Sigma 16mm, to be honest with you. Keep in mind, lighting is everything. When you have the kit lens, you're going to have to crank your lighting, and you're going to have to adjust a few things according to that. It's going to limit you a little bit. One thing that I've noticed with this lens, it's really given me the flexibility to get kind of creative with my setup and not have to blast myself with this light. Now, photography. If you're going to use it for photography, absolutely get the Sigma. Do whatever you can to get out of the 16-50 kit lens if you're just going to do it for photography. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and this is going to be the end of the video. Continued support is greatly appreciated, so just hit that subscribe button, and it's free for you. Helps me out a whole lot as a content creator. I am at 630 subs right now, 625 or 630. And by the way, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm really trying to get to that 1,000 mark. So anyway, hopefully you got something out of this, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one.